Well, hello there, everyone. And wait a minute, I know what you're saying. That's not Frenchy. No, it's the other French Canadian from Schmo to the North. I am Soda, and Lou asked me to fill in for this very special episode of Snark's Midlife Crisis. As usual, Snark and both Tamika are here. How are you guys doing?
Hey.
Hi, Frenchie.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Frenchie.
the English Frenchie, if that makes sense. Born in Quebec.
Bonjour, Frenchie.
It doesn't. It makes no sense.
You shaved your beard. Bonjour.
I can't grow a beard. This is weak right here.
Oh,
Your haircut's looking a lot better this week, Frenchie.
you look
thank
good,
you.
Frenchie. You look
I
good.
wore my glasses while doing it.
Oh
You look good, Frenchie. You look good.
Between the two of you, that makes one.
You look
Oh.
well rested. Well rested.
Thank you very much.
So
Which is ironic because I don't sleep.
So you can tell that a French Canadian put the title cards up and stuff like that because it's like, all right, Snark's midlife crisis. Here we go. Music starting. That's great. His Junery begins, or his Junery. Yeah, so that's what it is from now on. I think I'm going to call myself Junery from now on.
Okay. I actually don't even know what that means.
You spelled journey wrong. You spelled it the French Canadian way and had like R and N mixed up.
Did I?
Somebody did.
Wasn't me because I can spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
The French Canadian had to let the French Canadian spell it.
That's the big thing in our
fair.
group chat is I'm the one who's always giving everybody else shit about spelling and grammar.
I'm freaking narking him out like 5 seconds after he's not here, eh? Fucking Frenchies.
Yeah, pretty much. We throw each other under the bus.
Yeah, that's fine.
I love this show.
Yeah, and we're going to definitely love this one. Now, Rob,
Yeah.
What is the topic of today's show?
Well, for this episode, of course, everyone's still stuck inside. I can't go outside. I can't do much. There's some things I want to do out there yet, but stuck in here. And we've done K-pop, and we've done anime. And so this week, I decided when I was 8 years old, I watched a musical, Broadway musical on film, and I don't think I've ever watched one since. So this week, I watched Hamilton, and so we are going to talk about this little known play named Hamilton.
Well, right on now. As we were talking before we went live, Lou might have called in sick on purpose because he knows how much I love music theater. Well, first, Tamika, have you seen Hamilton yet?
Yes, this will be my second time.
Beautiful. So, Rob, what were your thoughts?
Of all the stuff that I have put myself through so far, all these weird ass animes and Korean boy bands and stuff, by far I have freaking loved this the most.
Yes.
I am going to be hard pressed, or anything I watch or listen to going forward, I feel to be as good as this. So this is now like the bar. So the bar is like Hamilton, and then we'll see if anything can get over it and shit. But I doubt it.
Well, I'll proudly wave that bar.
Right. So, and I was also, thinking, okay, I fucking love this. I'm gonna see if there's other stuff that I like. Maybe I've just been missing out. It's been, almost 40 years since I watched a musical like this. I decided that I would watch 2 of the more popular Broadway plays ever.
Okay.
Of course, they aren't produced like Hamilton was, where it's the theater experience, but in a kind of form. They threw a shit ton of money at this stuff, hired big stars to do it. So I made myself watch Cats.
Oh my god.
And I watched Cats, and it wasn't even on acid or anything.
Goodness.
Tamika can't vouch the same. And I watched Les Miserables as well.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I've seen one of the 2. that you just mentioned. Cats, though, I kind of refuse. I refuse to watch it just on solely on the basis that I've played arrangements of the music, and the music sucks.
Yeah, it's,
Wow.
it's
not good.
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Everything about it is terrible. And if you guys are good, I'll do my imitation of a Jellicle cat later.
Oof.
Okay, let's see it.
You'll freaking see it when you guys deserve it.
I do want to throw a little bit of trivia out there for you. So the basis of the musical Cats is actually based off of literary works from C.S. Lewis.
I think it's T.S. Eliot, isn't it?
What?
Who's C.S. Lewis? That's Narnia.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. It's T.S.
yeah,
Eliot.
Narnia. Yeah. Oh, okay, Narnia. Okay.
Just that he said Jellicle cats and something about some kind of dogs, and dogs are assholes. And
Yeah, it's based
Wow.
off a poetry collection called
black and white.
Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot.
Yeah. Stupid as fuck. Like, that was terrible. That was, and you know what? So they get all these stars and stuff. Oh, let's get all these stars that have no business being here. Like Ian McKellen's in it for some reason. He doesn't sing. You see him licking a bowl of water in a theater. He's the
Oh,
theater.
So they just filmed him after hours.
crazy.
Yeah, they had to fucking put him into $1 million worth of makeup and put the moving cat ears. Like, they put these cat ears on these guys. Like, who gives a shit about these cat ears? And they make them like CGI, so they move, so their faces are fucked. It looks like you ever seen those deep fakes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like for 2 hours.
I could not do that. That's just like that was my main issue with the Star Wars prequels is too much CGI. So this would just be horror for me.
Yeah, So they get Taylor Swift for a song. Like, all the songs are just introducing cats. There's nothing to the goddamn thing. They just here's this other friggin' cat. Oh, look, here comes the train station cat. He's gonna freaking sing a song too.
Yeah.
There's like one of them gets kidnapped or whatever, and then there's like a fight, and Rebel Wilson's in it, and James Corden's in it, and they're
Idris Elba.
Yeah, somebody.
No.
What the fuck was he even doing? Like, he just what's it? His name was like
McCavity, the mystery cat.
Yeah, McCavity. Like, I was trying to think, it was like sinuses or cavity shit, right? Like, one guy gets, like, I guess it's James Horton. He's like, oh, we're gonna fight, and then Hawk's like a hairball up on some guy, and the guy's just standing there willing to take it. It was fucking terrible. So you get all these people. It's all new. We're gonna throw all this money in. Why would you keep the same fucking music?
Well, you kind of have to. You have to keep the same music.
You can do things to it. It's like it was made in 1980.
Yeah.
So they still have that disco bass line and shit. It doesn't need to be there.
But if you do that, then it's not. The thing is, if you do that, it's not Cats.
Keep the spirit of it. This isn't Cats. This is weird shit going on.
Touche. But I mean, it's one of those things. Like, how would you market that if you messed with everything?
It's like
all the arrangements and stuff.
Say, guys, we're doing Cats right. You know.
Yeah. Basically, the thing is about this play. It's very much a one song play. Only one song is good. It's
and
Memories,
ruin it.
and that's with quotations.
Well, yeah, Memories is one of the more famous Broadway songs, right? Like, I've heard Memories a bunch of different ways. Barbara Streisand, famously, great version of Memories.
Yeah, they make it a running joke in Kevin Smith's Jersey Girl.
Right. And then they get Jennifer Hudson in there. Jennifer Hudson's great, and they just looks like, Jennifer, put as much emotion as you can into this silly fucking song, all right? She fucking oversells. Oh, she's crying and like, come on, just sing. It's the only thing that could keep this thing going. It's the only thing. But I'll do the dance later, and that's enough of Cats. Fuck Cats.
Fair enough. Now, Tamika, do you have any experience? Do you have any experience with
I have to watch it because I'm doing
monstrosity?
I'm doing a Cats quiz next week for you.
God.
Oh no, gosh! Can I just look outside my window and study cats?
Yeah.
Can that be the quiz?
Actually, Tamika, I'm just across the road from you right now.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah,
You didn't tell me that.
Just throwing cats out there.
We got some. You want some birthday? Instead of a bowl of milk outside my door.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on. to the
Yeah.
better of the two, in my opinion, which
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to see in theaters when it dropped, and my God, was that amazing. Les Miserables. What are your thoughts on that one?
It was better than Cats. The story was good. I know Victor Hugo did the story.
Mm-hmm.
The story is good. See, I didn't like it as much as Hamilton, and it's not really even close. The music's fine and stuff like that. It's just you you see someone like Wolverine or Russell Crowe or Eddie Redmayne's in it too, right? Yeah. And Anne Hathaway wins an Oscar somehow for that. She's in the thing for 15 minutes.
Which is basically criteria for supporting actress. Which
I guess so.
Well, she shaved her head too. So
yeah,
was that it?
Yeah,
she did that. She shaved her head, and like I mean, the way she sung, I dream a dream. Like, come on.
Yeah,
those two songs
that day. So
the songs at the end of the day and I Dreamed a Dream were the two best songs for me in the thing. Like those ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I Dreamed a Dream was great.
Oh man.
Of course, the last song or whatever, everybody up on all the
do you hear the people sing? Oh,
right.
God.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I just like the other two.
One More Day.
Yeah,
which ends the first act of the play.
Yeah, the one that the only one that I'd heard really before was that one that Sacha Baron Cohen sings.
Oh, really?
Where he's the
house?
Yeah.
His intro song. Okay.
I probably know it from Simpsons or something like that.
Makes sense. I could see them parodying that Les Mis and the Simpsons at one point or another.
Oh my God! Well, I saw the play on stage.
So, how was that?
Yeah, that was fantastic. Of course, that was pre-COVID.
Yeah,
so, that was pretty fantastic, and the cannons going off and everything else. I was like, "Whoa!"
Tamika, do you mean to tell me that you're not going to secret underground Les Miserables presentations during COVID? I do not believe you.
Okay. Okay. I was there.
Holy shit! I knew it.
Yeah, we just had masks on. We was like, "Oh!"
I am in the back throwing cats.
I am gonna call.
I went to the cats one too. On the ground.
You went to cat? Oh my God!
No, I actually did go see Cats when I was younger. I got into it, and it was the one where it's like their costumes were like a bunch of fur balls and.
Is that the target demographic? Like, is it
pretty much? It is more. Yeah, I'd say that one is more for kids. One of his kitty ones for sure.
Yeah,
what the musical Cats?
Musical Cats. I'd say
so. Live musical.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I was scared as a kid. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Why are these people crawling on the floor?
You were right to be scared.
There's a spaceship, and I just ran out of there. So it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I've never seen either of these on stage. Now, what sucks is every time I tried to look up things about Les Mis, the stage production, because I like the guy who does the original Jean Valjean, the Hugh Jackman piece, Colm Wilkinson. But unfortunately, everything you find from Les Mis is basically just the actors standing in front of like a backdrop singing. You don't actually, I've yet to see actual stage productions of it online.
So I was going through, like, after I watched a couple more, and there's those Ask Mojo or whatever, those things.
Yeah, Watch Mojo, yeah.
It's like, oh, here's 20 of the whatever list. So it's like, well, I'll check out more Broadway crap. And they showed the end of Les Mis. They were talking about the best end songs or whatever in Broadway. And this one, and that was number one. And they showed like the cast in front, and then they had a choir up above them.
Yeah.
And then they had a video screens of everybody and stuff like that, just so it made it look bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But
that's how every time I've tried to look up something, that's how it's always been.
Right.
Because I would love to see like Colm Wilkinson singing a lot of the Jean Valjean stuff, like for real, not just him standing on a mic, but I want to see him in character to do this, but you can't find it anywhere.
How about like original cast recordings and stuff like that?
My grandma has it, so I have listened to it quite a few times.
Okay.
I even did swipe her 20th anniversary concert DVD, and she doesn't know that.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And it's coming out now? she's gonna hate you.
Well, luckily my grandma doesn't know how to operate YouTube, so I'm safe.
Oh, thank God.
But yeah, like I said, I was fortunate enough to see this in theaters, and I think that might actually help why I like it so much, because seeing things like the end song with everybody who's dead coming back, to sing "Do You Hear the People Sing" or the reprise of that, or to see everybody do "One More Day," hell, even to see what's Gavroche, the little kid, to see his bit. And when he died, I was like, oh my God, like I actually started crying in the theater when he died.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that kind of took me out. Like, it's in France. France, the French people have their own good enough accents and stuff like that, eh?
Well, it's just like Star Wars. Why is everybody British?
Oh yeah, the British are evil.
Yeah, and I get it, but there's not much you can do.
So you want all French actors?
Yeah. Well, you could try to do the accent, eh?
What if you can't understand?
Everyone sounds like Pepe the Pew.
But do you hear the people sing?
Right. Yeah, we're gonna get flat. So, but why a Cockney accent? And I was wondering if that was a choice, like an acting choice. But then I went and found the original cast recording on Spotify, and Garage is still a Cockney accented little French kid.
So, Gavroche, let's get it right. But I think it might have something to do with Andrew Lloyd Webber being British and using the French hierarchy or whatever, because the Cockney accent is considered the lowest of the low, and the character Gavroche is the lowest of the low in the play. Like, he is poor as poor gets.
Well, I'm sure there's a French accent, like there's a way if they did it all French that they were lower.
Maybe.
I don't know the French dialect for like somebody that's like a lower class.
It's Quebec, the Quebec accent.
It is. Shit.
There's a difference between French and Quebec French.
Yeah, and
was nice
getting another wrong, which is Quebecois, which is what my family speaks.
It was nice being on this show.
Yeah, this is my last one. See y'all later.
My last show.
No, but a little bit of sidebar. If I were to recommend another version of this, there was a version, I think it was 1994. It's just a straight up movie. It's not a musical of Les Mis, but it's got Uma Thurman in it. It's got Jeffrey Rush. It's got who else is in it? Liam Neeson's in it. It's got a pretty big cast.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it's good cast. More on the book, so has more of a literal story than.
Yeah, it's more based on the book, so there's no music or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no problem. Like, the songs were fine. I just like the songs in Hamilton so much better.
Yeah,
no, for sure. So let's get into Hamilton. So, as a big music theater nerd, of course, I'd already heard of Hamilton, and my downfall was I tried to listen to the music before I saw the show, and I couldn't do it because hip hop's never been my thing. Did you guys? Either of you try to listen to music before?
No, like I hadn't heard a note, and like I was saying, I was talking to you earlier. I'd seen Lin-Manuel Miranda in a couple other acting jobs. I always knew he was from Hamilton, but that was it. And that was the only thing I knew about it was that guy who's in the Golden Compass TV show and all that was the guy who wrote and wrote all the songs, wrote all the lyrics. This guy was in it. So I look up a couple interviews with him afterwards. It took him 6-something years to write this thing.
Wow.
Yep.
Which is like 10 times faster than I'd ever write one song.
And the way he wrote them, like just the amount of effort that went into them, like he turned rap into a musical. Like, oh my God. And it wasn't until I actually saw it, I was like, click, okay, the music is good now that I see it in context.
Yeah.
The first song and stuff like that, and Alexander Hamilton starts up or whatever, and Burr's out there, and he's like, all right, this whore son, blah blah blah, comes out there, and it's like, I'm not gonna like this. This is 100% not for me. This is gonna be 2 hours and 40 minutes of hell for me. And I'm thinking, I guess maybe I could enjoy some recently legalized Canadian substances to enjoy this a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no.
No.
I will goddamn get through this and
No.
be a YouTube professional and watch this goddamn show. Even My Shot, I think My Shot comes next.
Yeah, it's the third song.
Yeah.
Even that, I was like, all right.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one that hooked me.
Yeah.
That's the one that got me.
I don't know
I think it was the one after that. As soon as the Schuyler sisters showed up.
Oh,
and they have like professional like singers and not just rapping and stuff like that, and everybody getting along. Like he meets Lafayette and was it Moore?
Lawrence and Mulligan,
right, at the bar and stuff like that, and Burr and stuff like that, and he needles Burr a little bit. They're just rapping, they're just having fun and stuff, and he's like, and everyone gets to. Everyone gets together, but as soon as the Schuyler sisters start showing up and Angelica and Eliza start singing, it's like, okay, now I'm invested in this because they were fucking awesome.
Hence, like I said, My Shot is what sold me, but you are definitely right. It is when the Schuler sisters come on where it's cemented, like, okay, these guys are legit.
Right.
I guess what grabbed me was when Burr said, but I shot him. Like, I shot Hamilton. I was like, wait a minute. Are you saying what we're talking about the ending now? And I was like, well, I gotta see the rest of this so I can figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, and this actually got me invested a little bit in this period of American history. Like, I knew Hamilton was a founding father. That was it.
Oh, you didn't know anything about it?
I didn't really know much about it, no. Like, and I knew he died in a duel, but I didn't know the circumstances.
Yeah, I knew quite a bit about it. Yeah. I think that's what makes it coming into the end and stuff like that so much harder, because you know what's going to happen.
Frenchie's watching, apparently.
Frenchie, since you're watching, Tamika promised that if you were watching, she was going to sing for the rest of the podcast. And a two.
No.
And Lou, just so you know, we're all convinced that you called in sick on purpose so I could be here for the musical episode.
Yeah. Right. See, I just sang. There you go. That's all you did.
And it was very good.
Thank you. I'm trying.
But yeah, no, man, like what got me the most is, again, because of the music theater nerd thing, is just how easy the set changes were. And the way they had like that rotating stage was just like, oh my God. Right? And they were able to use how they were able to use everything and make it feel different in every scene.
And that's a theme for the whole thing. Like everything kind of turning and stuff like that, right? His parents get killed in a hurricane, or his mother does. So everything is kind of like turning. As a song about a hurricane. You'll see them walk. Whenever they walk, they're walking around the turntable.
Yeah.
He goes meander. He's like me after a few drinks and stuff like that. He just kind of wanders around in a circle until he finally gets to where you have to go.
It reminds me of Rent, which is another one of my favorite musicals. That's also a single set, but they dress it differently every time to make it look like something else. Same vibe, and I love it when you do that because sometimes simple is better. Yeah.
Like I wasn't even paying attention to the sets most of the time. I was concentrating on what the actors and stuff were doing, but like they would I know when they came in and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I thought it was the boats because boats have the railings and stuff too. But it had like the ship lines for the sails.
Yeah,
coming down. It's like, oh yeah, that's fine. They're in a harbor right now.
But it didn't. Here's the thing, though. I didn't notice it right away. I noticed it at the very end when there was on the song "The World Was Wide Enough" and they had all of them singing at different points and it was continuously spinning. That's when I noticed that the whole stage spun. I didn't clue into it.
Oh,
yeah,
really? Oh,
yeah, okay. So I go into this thing. I'm thinking, what is the showstopper going to be?
I think I know where you're going with this.
I don't know where the mine might be different than yours, but what it's supposed to be. But with all the spinning and stuff like that, as soon as Angelica started singing "Satisfied,"
oh yeah,
it's like, okay, this is the one that's meant to grab you, especially when they start reversing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and the choreography is actually good, and it doesn't look like me doing the robot kind of thing. It's like it's the choreography they did backwards at a slower speed, and so it was friggin' wild looking. But that song was amazing. The girl that sings, was angelic in that show, fucking stole it.
What about you, Tamika? What was the showstopper for you?
I was looking at Frenchie yelling at me on the comments that I have not signed in, so I can't get his comments. So I get yelled at by an angry Frenchman when I get off the show.
Well, you got the nice Frenchman, so it's all good. But no,
thank you too. Thank you. Nice.
You've seen Hamilton twice. So for you, what was the showstopper moment for you?
I think for me it was the cabinet battle, where it's like Hamilton and Jefferson are going at it, and it's kind of like the rap battles, because I like some rap. I like conscious rap, where they're just talking about, what's going on in society and the world.
So that was right up your alley.
I got a car and then I got some grills. Like, I don't like that kind of rap.
Nice.
So this whole
you're not a fan of my rap album?
No, I'm not. No.
How I like my car and burritos?
No, that's why they scrapped it.
That's a deadly combination. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I like the cabinet battle where Jefferson and Hamilton are going back and forth with each other. And in history they both butted heads anyway. So it was pretty cool.
So for me, and I'm gonna try to sing it.
Oh.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back soon, you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back. Time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. And that for me is when the show was like, yes!
Oh, sorry.
No worries. That's the end of the song. There's not much more left. But yeah, for me it was when King George popped on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Played by the great Jonathan Groff.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, I fucking know who that guy is.
Yeah, Mindhunter, wasn't it? Is the show?
Yeah, Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
Like, I'm still pissed that they took him off.
So I wasn't surprised because I saw him when he appeared in the first season of Glee, so I knew how talented he was. Plus, he also voices Kristoff in the Frozen movies.
Oh.
Yeah. So Kristoff is the love interest to one of the princesses in the Frozen movies.
Oh.
And in the second movie, he does a full-on 80s power ballad serenade with Moose as his backup singers. Yes. It's great.
Awesome. I love it.
But I digress.
Well, he opened the show.
The band's name is Moose Knuckle.
Yeah.
He opened the show too, right? King George.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Like, hey, your devices. It's the King George show. Everybody,
No cell phones.
Yeah, and what's funny is he was the original Broadway king, and he'd actually already left production by that point when they filmed it, but he came back to film that special. He came back for it.
Okay.
Which, I'm sorry, but I can't see anybody else doing that role.
Well, I've never seen anybody else do that role either.
True. I don't know any of this role because that show is good luck getting a ticket. I have to sell my right nut, my left nut, and probably about 6 months paycheck just to get in.
So I thought you were going to say your third nut. I was like, okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. They're all here.
The chances of me going to New York to see it are jack and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do go down to Las Vegas quite a bit. Obviously haven't with this. And I guess they announced last week that it's coming to one of the big major casinos there.
Good.
Run a residency. So there's people asking and stuff like that. Like Mandalay Bay, like on the strip, is like, no, that's way down at the end. They're thinking maybe The Win.
Okay.
Just because it has a big enough theater. Some other people were thinking New York, but the theater there is just not big enough because they're going to need a big one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
That show is sold out everywhere it goes. Doesn't matter who's in the cast.
Yeah.
Like I saw, like they had snippets of people who've taken over roles and stuff like that. So I went through a couple of them and like, yeah, they all get it.
Oh, for sure.
There's only one difference in all of them or whatever, but I think it's supposed to be different.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that, Taco. Like, there are a slew of good songs.
Use my taco flavor kisses.
Yeah.
Satisfied. Wow. That wasn't my favorite song. It's not even close. Like my favorite song in this show is "It's Quiet Uptown."
Oh, that's such a beautiful song.
That's a song that's the most earned because I think they use, except for the chorus, like when the chorus comes in, saying and just being like the narrator and stuff like that, telling you that Hamilton's getting older and all this other shit.
Yeah,
but, I think they use almost every single line in that. Besides, it's when he's saying "It's Quiet Uptown" in a different song. Like they use lines and stuff like that, like I'm falling apart or whatever. It's on a different one. All the stuff that Eliza says near the end, she says in different parts in different songs.
Oh, okay.
I think every line that either one, like all the songs that they were singing or whatever, built up to that. Like, and then like a little bit differently or whatever. I think one of the things that makes it so good and makes it so strong, this whole thing, is just the common themes, or it's not like they go one style of music, two styles of music. It's two different types of music, but it kind of runs like in a sine wave and stuff like that, right? It isn't jarring like that piece of shit fucking Cats movie I watched, which is fucking terrible.
Yeah, definitely not the Cat's Meow that one was.
Yeah.
Well, I like that you can follow the story.
Oh yeah.
See Hamilton's journey coming, and
that's too Lou.
I'm sorry, Frenchie. I didn't sign in. I fell down on my. See, I have an angry Frenchman when I get off the show that's gonna cuss me out, but it's fine. I love Canada still.
Very nice.
But yeah, you can see the journey of like him going to school, and when he meets Burr, there's a mentorship forming between the two, and he tells him talk less, smile more.
Do you think
basically be a politician, don't be charismatic?
But of course he ignores all of that.
Do you think it's Alexander Hamilton's story? Like through his eyes? Do you think it's his story?
I think it's Alexander Hamilton's story written through the eyes of a first generation American.
I think it's written through Eliza's point of view.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
What makes you think that?
Well, especially at the end when she's the last one. She's the narrator of the whole thing. She talks about how she interviewed every soldier that he's ever fought with and all these things. She's the one who carried on all the stories. Like, who else would know much about him being a son of a whore and all this other stuff about how his father left him and stuff like that. Left him, and then the one that she was shacking up with her father took off or whatever, and then they got sick and died in St. Kitts or wherever it was.
I still think he's an immigrant.
Eliza's the hero. I don't think that.
That's true to life too. Like Eliza was always the hero of the story. Like she's the one who, after he passed away, just kept trumpeting what he was going for and stuff.
Well, Hamilton was a bit of a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
Which of the founding fathers wasn't?
Yeah. No. They were pieces of shit. But you could see, like, what makes It's Quiet Uptown so hard is, I think it's him starting to realize, I've been a piece of shit, and so he doesn't have much left.
Yeah, because basically it's the apex of his journey. It's the apex. That song is the apex.
Yeah.
Because by this point, we've seen his part, pretty much his rise and fall. Almost, we've seen his son pass away. We've seen what happened with the supposed affair. Like,
yeah.
Well, he's largely to blame for his kid dying and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
And he has to take all this stuff on.
And he wasn't there for his family either. They would say, "Hey, stay at the house." And he's like, "No, I gotta go. I gotta do some more legislation."
Yeah.
Like he would just always be out the house, never spending time with his family.
He goes and bangs this Reynolds woman, right? But he was going to try and bang his sister-in-law.
Which is apparently true life rumor. There's rumors that there was a thing going on between the two.
Yeah, there was rumors.
Well, they met first, right?
Yeah, they met first. Yeah.
There's for this thing. It's called historical fiction, right?
Yeah, of course.
A lot of it is factual, and then there's a lot of it that wouldn't fit that narrative, so they had to change it. Like
real life sometimes isn't all that great.
They talk about the 3 Schuyler sisters, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she had to marry Rich because she was the oldest and stuff. There was 15 Schuyler siblings.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. They had like 2 or 3 older brothers at that point and stuff too.
Oh, I did not know that.
And when Philip is talking or whatever, or doing his thing or whatever for what was the name? What was Philip's song that he had just before he got shot?
Just give me a second. I've got the thing up right here.
Yeah.
Take a break. No. Schuyler defeated. No.
It's like there's Stay Alive.
No, I think it is Schuyler defeated is the last one. Because he dies pretty quick in the second one.
Yeah, it's just before Stay Alive reprise.
Oh shit! Yeah, Stay Alive reprise. Blow us away.
Blow us away.
Yeah,
he's talking about how he wanted how he has a sister, but he wanted a brother. He had 2 brothers by that point, and his mother was 4 months pregnant when he died. He was 19, so they were
because they named that kid Philip after.
Yeah, they named another kid Philip.
Yeah, it's a cursed name at this point. Why not?
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Tamika, how many kids
sir.
do you have?
Huh?
Yeah. So, how many kids named Philip do you have?
I have 0 children, and I would not name my dog Philip.
Oh, ouch!
Sorry for all the Philip out there.
Apologies to Prince Philip. Okay, so after watching this, now Lin-Manuel Miranda has another musical coming out, hopefully soon, on the big screen called In the Heights, which was actually his first
one, right?
His first big one. Now, watching Hamilton, does that pique your interest for In the Heights?
Yeah, I saw the trailer, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's coming. Like, is it coming out the same way or whatever? Like,
no, that one is actually being filmed like a movie.
Oh, okay.
Like West Side Story type.
Is it going to be like the original cast kind of thing, or are they putting like Hollywood stars in it?
I'm on the plane.
It's a few Hollywood stars in it.
Yeah. Hold on.
No.
Corey Hawkins is the first name that pops out. Where if you've seen Straight Outta Compton, he played Dr. Dre. I'm trying to think. Jimmy Smits is in it. Lin-Manuel Miranda, of course, and Mark Anthony, the singer. That's really it. Like everyone else is. Oh, it's Stephanie Beatrice from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Sure.
But everyone else is pretty much unknowns. Which, when you're doing a musical, that's my preferred thing, because when you're watching, like, say, Grease, that's John Travolta singing. No matter how much I love Grease, that's what it is.
Yeah. But when he did it, I guess Saturday Night Fever came out the year before, and he was already a sweat hog, right?
Yeah, he was already.
I could see that. But like Olivia Newton-John, I guess she had a couple of singles before.
She had already dubbed.
But they didn't have television and stuff like that. So, they had television, but they didn't have like a music video station.
Fair point, but I'm talking from my personal experience from when I was like 4 or 5 years old, well after the movie had come out.
I just know that, like I was saying with Les Mis and stuff like that, it took me out of it, and with Hamilton, like, this is the original Broadway cast for it.
Pretty much.
So it's like, it's their roles. So, they know what they wanted to put in and stuff like that. And they put all the work in. they're not putting in 6 weeks of rehearsals and then okay, and do this one scene 20 times for a shoot for one scene or whatever, right?
Yeah.
These people live this thing eight times a week.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the people they did cast, they do have that background. Like the person, like the main character of the movie, Usnavi de la Vega, is played by Anthony Ramos, who played Philip in Hamilton, who played his son, and which I didn't realize was also the gay best friend in A Star Is Born. Go figure.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Shocker, Tamika. That's another one I have not seen.
Wow. Shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I just like that idea of casting people unknowns or people that maybe famous in Broadway, but you don't really know who need their break.
Well, I was thinking that why wouldn't he go with his original unless they, it's been a while and they just can't.
A lot of that though doesn't come. A lot of that comes down to studio though, because I know that's always been a big fight in years past where it's just like, yeah, people do want to hire the original cast because they know it, but the studio counters was like, well, these guys aren't exactly well known. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to care for the Broadway cast. You want to cast names.
Yeah, the people in theater.
Yeah.
He had some pull with Hamilton. It's like this. Look, listen. Like I know they were going to release this, right?
Yeah,
it was going to be theatrically released, and then everything happened, and they said, "Well, we're just going to throw it on Disney." I wonder if it would have gone straight to theaters if he could have had more pull for the original Broadway cast to do it or whatever. Just because, could you imagine
for Hamilton or for In the Heights?
For In the Heights, like
theaters.
Yeah, but they're going with the stars and stuff like that. With Hamilton, it's not like they replaced him with bigger name people and stuff like that.
But at that point, Hamilton was already like the biggest thing ever, the biggest thing since Phantom on Broadway. So I mean, at that point, you have to show what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
And also that's not the same. Like I do categorize it as a movie because it is 2.5 hours long and that's the way it was supposed to be intended to be released. But it is not like your typical movie either. So when you're doing something like In the Heights was what they're doing, yeah, generally they do want to cast name actors, but I like that they didn't for this.
So one of the reasons I said, well, maybe I'll look at Hamilton was because it got nominated for
everything.
Golden Globes for best comedy and musical and stuff like that, and then you have a bunch of crybabies blubbering on about, oh, it's not a movie. And I was when I was going into this thing, I was like, when it's starting, it's like, I don't think it's a movie just because the crowd's there and stuff like that. You could hear them and when it starts up and shit. But as soon as they start doing the edits and stuff like that, and they cut to like Aaron Burr and stuff like that, and they go around him a bit when King George comes out and the camera's behind him and you see the crowd in front and stuff like that. It's like, this is multi-edited from different points of view. It's just done live.
Yeah, and I think that's why people are just like, it's not a movie. It's because of the fact that it is filmed live on a stage. But the thing is, it wasn't filmed in one night. None of those shows are. They usually filmed over 2-3 nights.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they record all of it, and then they just get the best. It's like a stand-up special. You record 2 shows.
Like any concert
takes, you can take the best takes, best reactions, and all that stuff, and that's how you make your movie.
Yeah, I know that concert films and stuff like that are usually done over 2-3 nights and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
They're wearing the same kind of shit.
Basically, yeah.
So Lin-Manuel Miranda, I think, was nominated for Best Actor for that thing, right?
Was he?
For in a music? I think that he was that what he was, or was he done for writing it?
It has to be for writing. Let's see. Oh, he's got his own the awards he's won. Golden Globes. He was nominated for Best Motion Picture for Exec Producer, and he was nominated for Best Actor, Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy.
Right.
Which I have a hard time with.
Yeah.
He wasn't the best one in the show at all.
He was my least favorite. But he was the most important. Like, he wrote all the music, he wrote all the words and stuff like that. But he was the one guy you could replace in that entire show for me.
I'd say he was my least favorite, but I didn't dislike him. I thought he was good.
I'm just saying everybody was so fucking good.
Yeah,
everybody was so good. Like, my favorite one, besides, I thought Eliza and Angelica are the 2 best. The guy who was George Washington was fucking
oh god, he was awesome.
The guy who was Lafayette and Jefferson was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
for David Diggs.
Right.
Yeah.
I know
He's a good actor too.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. For the Tonys, I guess they had nominated Miranda and Odom Jr.
Yeah, Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah, for Best Actor, and I think they rightfully of the two gave it to Leslie Odom Jr.
Oh, really? Yeah. No. Okay. No, makes sense. Like David Diggs was great, but yeah,
You know what?
Carried the show.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's wheelbarrow was already full of fucking Tonys by the time they got to that fucking thing.
So the year it came out, it was nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Tony Awards.
Wow.
It won all but 5. 4. 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was way more than the play I did, that musical I did about Sir Wilfrid Laurier.
Oh my lord. That's very Canadian right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for best featured actor, it was 3. They had 3 nominations, and it was David Diggs, Christopher Jackson, and Jonathan Groff.
Right.
Which I guess is Tony's version of best supporting actor.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know how the Tonys work.
Yeah,
hands up. Who has watched? Oh, wait. I was going to say who has watched 5 minutes of the Tony Awards, and then I remember Soda is a music.
See, here's the thing. I've only seen it twice, but that's because Neil Patrick Harris hosted both times.
Well, didn't he host the one with Hamilton?
2016.
Or was he a nominee? Because I remember them showing clips or whatever and having Neil Patrick.
2016. I think he'd already. No, I think his nominations happened before that because he was nominated for Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and if I'm not
I have not seen that.
So that is a movie. So it's actually based on a 2001 independent film that my friend showed me when I was in high school, and at that time I was just not mature enough to even want to grasp it, because basically it's about a man who goes through a botched sex change. And how he deals with his life. It's really weird. And like they cut an inch off his penis, hence the Angry Inch. And
wow. Okay.
But Neil Patrick Harris in that role, holy shit. He did the song at the Tonys that year. And he like gave a lap dance to Sting. And oh yeah, it was nuts. You can find it on YouTube.
Sting was 100% there for it too.
Oh yeah, Sting was so into it.
I mean, he had sex for like 7 hours with his wife.
Yeah, he had to be very careful. Yeah.
Careful, censor beep.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No swearing, Tamika.
Frenchie said that there should be like a disclaimer label.
You're just supposed to say.
We can put it down. I don't think we have any.
You're supposed to say, "Oh, furetto." Pardon my French.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, PG, not a PG.
Yeah, PG. So has this made you want to look up other musicals? Like you did say it piqued your interest in The Heights.
Sure.
So what about other musicals?
I was again watching those things or whatever, and they're talking about show-stopping kind of songs and stuff like that. There's 2 that stood out for me. One, I think there's a musical called Waitress.
Yep, which is based off a movie with Kerry Russell.
Okay, yeah, about oh my god, I
spelled it wrong, but hey,
like what the fuck is
it? That's just for me.
God damn it! Now I'm looking right. Wait, the subscribe is right. My name is right there. They got Northern Schmo. They got the most difficult one right. Eh?
They got wrong too. It's a capital N, Lou.
Oh my god.
And no S at the end.
Oh my god. So
Anderson.
So so there's that one. She sings. I saw her sing a song, part of it. I guess her husband or boyfriend's been abusing her. She's been putting away money or something like that as a waitress or whatever. And she's pregnant, and she's and that looked fucking phenomenal. And there's another one called "Come From Away." I'm not too sure what that's about, but I've heard a song from it, and it's kind of done almost in the same fashion as a Hamilton-ish song. And I said, okay, that like it had the one song I heard would grab me.
So it's a Canadian movie, a Canadian musical set in the week following 9/11.
Oh,
That sounds cheerful.
Yeah, and it tells a story of what transpired when 38 planes were ordered to land unexpectedly in the small town of Gander in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
oh, right.
Yeah.
I remember when all that happened. I want them to sing an entire 2.5-hour play about someone getting a very nice birthday cake.
Yeah, can we get like some happy musical?
You know what? I can tack it onto my Wilfrid Laurier musical that I'm producing and starring in, guys.
Well, I do like Phantom of the Opera. I did see that movie. I hate that I never saw it on stage because it would never come back.
I did.
Oh, wow.
I've actually only seen 2 things on stage. One was an opera, and I had to because it was on a band trip. I saw La Traviata in Vancouver.
Sure. Yeah.
And I saw Miss Saigon, which has one of the coolest effects
I've ever seen. That.
So I saw
Miss Saigon
dress rehearsal is what I saw. So I didn't actually see the actual the production
with the helicopter.
The scene where they're doing that and the way they made the helicopter was so cool. You thought the helicopter was up above the stage,
right?
Just lights and just the sound of propellers. That's all it was.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That is cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then there is another musical I would like to suggest. I think it might have been on the same list that you watched. I'm not 100% sure. It's called The Last 5 Years.
Nope.
No.
So the movie has Anna Kendrick in it, and it also has Jeremy Jordan. For those who watch Supergirl, he was in the first couple seasons as Win. But basically,
No, he's also in Newsies, right? The Newsies musical. Okay,
I have not seen it.
Pop up in that thing. It's like,
so the beauty thing about this musical, though, it presents the two's relationship out of chronological order in a non-narrative linear. So her songs begin after they have separated and are moved backwards to when they first met. His start when they first meet and go right to where they separated.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think my Wilfrid Laurier one is going to have a snorkel in it.
Well, sing something from the play.
I'll save it. You know what?
Okay.
I don't need people stealing my
Snark's After Hours.
The after show.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting closer to the end here.
Yeah. And I do want to recommend one more just because of how big it was a couple years ago. I do recommend The Greatest Showman. Now, the story is completely 100% bullshit. You have to know that going in.
Okay, so this is the movie
with Hugh Jackman, right?
The Hugh Jackman one, yeah.
Okay.
It is based on P.T. Barnum, but it paints rose-colored glasses on P.T. Barnum.
Oh,
and
yeah.
A lot of the stuff that happens in the movie doesn't actually happen in real life. And for some reason, they made a new character for Zac Efron instead of putting him as Bailey. They just made a new character.
Okay.
But the music is great.
Right.
Well, I would think if you have to be that successful, you have to be a bad person. I caught myself. See, I caught myself.
But yeah, if you look in the history of P.T. Barnum, he'd done some shady shit, and they do allude to it in the show. But really, it's just a glorification it's an oversimplification of his life is really what it is. But if you ignore all that and you just base on what the movie is, it's actually a pretty fun film.
Yeah.
I know that I want to see at some point Spam-A-Lot.
Me too.
And I want to see the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, Book of Mormon is another one for
And I was thinking before, like the closest I'd come to watching like movie musicals and stuff like that for a long time was I watched South Park's Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And Team America
nominated for an Oscar, for God's sakes.
Terrible.
For bashing us. Fucking pricks.
Yeah, but Robin Williams sang in the Oscars, so all's forgiven.
Not by me. Holding a grudge forever.
So much parental guidance that should have been throughout this whole show.
Yeah, no kidding.
The other one was there it is. Oh, no, that's fine.
Yes.
So the other one was Team America World Police. That's the other one.
It's fixed.
Yay!
And there is another musical those guys did prior to all of that is actually really hard to find. Cannibal the Musical.
Oh, I thought it was Caveman.
No, it's Cannibal the Musical based on the story of Alfred Packer out of Colorado.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know that they were in a band called DVDA. Don't look that up, Tamika.
I'm not.
I will.
Well, I saw the Johnny Depp one. I forgot the name of it. Is
Sweeney
it?
Todd, the Demon Barber.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any interest in that? Snark.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I was looking at that today.
It's really good.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, I was just kind of running out of time and stuff like that. Like, I decided, okay, I'm gonna watch Hamilton, and
Okay.
then we do this every 3 weeks, right? So it's okay. I'm gonna watch this shit, and then I dragged the ass and didn't watch it till Saturday. I watched Hamilton on Saturday. It's like, well, I could have watched this for the last couple of weeks or whatever. It's like
That's how I do my research too. That way it's still fresh in my mind.
So I watched it and I listened to the cast recording.
Mhm.
All the song, like it holds up, like the original cast recording holds up so well. Some of the songs like sound better and stuff like that, but emotional parts in it, like It's Quiet Uptown, for instance, and stuff just hearing the voice crack and stuff like that, and seeing the tears go down Lin-Manuel Miranda's face or whatever when he's asking for forgiveness there or whatever. It's something like listening to an album you're never get you'll get the same kind of emotions and stuff like that, but I'm glad I goddamn watched this first and didn't listen to the album and stuff like that until afterwards, right? I couldn't imagine. I couldn't when I saw that. Like, I'm 47 years old, just about, and that almost got me.
Yeah.
Just him crying and stuff like that, and listening to it on the thing or whatever, I can feel it. But I'm remembering his performance from it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And then it's the same with the end when they're talking about who's going to tell your story, right? And and when it finally gets to Eliza and she starts talking and stuff like that, when she's talking about the orphanage and she raised all those children and stuff like that, so you can watch them growing up, and every single one reminds her of them. Like, that's powerful fucking shit to watch.
Yeah.
And like it transfers to the recording well and stuff like that. But again, it's because I can remember Philippa Sue fucking watching her face when she's singing that, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely something you have to see first. Now, what do you like that gasp at the end? What do you think it means? Supposedly this is a big mystery. What is that gasp like when she goes oh, at the very end? That's the very last thing that happens in the play.
Yeah, I actually never gave it much thought.
Like, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking maybe it's like after she tells the story, she can, like, she has the story out or whatever, she can finally take a break, know that her work is done, and then everything kind of hits her at once.
Wow.
I thought maybe that would be it. There's some people that have said, and I like this theory, that when Lin-Manuel Miranda, like everybody else is white, like as their spirits, right? Everyone else is a ghost.
Yeah.
About stuff, right? You see Thomas Jefferson there, all in white and stuff like that. Lin-Manuel Miranda, when he comes out to get her, is smiling. He's wearing a black suit, and he doesn't like kiss her hand, or anything. He just kind of holds her hand up like this, like he's honoring her, and then goes like this and presents her to the crowd. So some people think that it's Lin-Manuel Miranda finally told the story or whatever, and so it's her going to the end of the stage and like gasping in appreciation for someone actually telling her story.
So for shits and giggles, I just Googled it. Why does Eliza gasp in the end? And it brings me to a Variety article that was released last year with Philippa Sue, who is that her name?
Yep.
Sue, who plays Eliza, and she said It changed with every performance. Sometimes she found herself imagining Eliza's children sharing her story and preserving their family's legacy. Other times, the gasp represented her reuniting with her husband in the afterlife.
Right. Yeah, it could all be that fear of God sort of thing as well, right?
Yeah, night to night it was different. But yes, the character of Eliza sees Hamilton or sees that legacy or sees that orphanage.
Right. That's the whole thing is about legacy, it seems, right?
Yeah.
Like you talk about legacy and me. Yeah, so it would fit. And maybe and then she gets to talk about the orphanage, and that's the legacy that still stands today because it's still running, I guess, right?
Wow. Oprah moments.
Oh my God. And also, everybody gets a new car.
Yeah.
Yay!
And on that note, it was over. It is an hour.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, because I love talking musicals. And I do have one more recommendation, which I will say in my goodbye. But
okay.
I don't know how Lou normally does this, but this is how I do it. Tamika, where can everybody find you?
Oh, Movie Lovers Unite on all the streaming platforms. So.
Okay, you don't have any Twitter or nothing like that to plug?
No, I'm just the woman that works with John on Movie Lovers Unite and whips him into shape.
Well, somebody.
And occasionally, Frenchie yells at me.
I will set that voice straight. What about you, Rob?
You can find me at Snark's Midlife Crisis on YouTube. And I got a Twitter that I used once in a blue moon. Usually just for liking stuff that Schmodown people do. But that is at Snark Yeti, like the goddamn abominable snowman. You'll also find me busily writing my Snowmobile Wilfrid Laurier musical coming to the Great White Way very, very soon.
Oh, I can't wait. It's
going to be fun. It's going to be terrific. And it's going to be heartbreaker.
Thank you.
I can imagine. I am actually looking forward to it and very thoroughly.
I'm actually crying right now, but it doesn't look like it.
You're crying on the inside.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, and you can find me all over the Schmoes of the North YouTube channel. You can find me all over my other YouTube channel, the Media Sweaty Network. And you can find me at soda_the_saxman on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I believe it is every 2 weeks. There is going to be another edition of Snark's Midlife Crisis. Any idea what next topic is?
No. We don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
We just throw stuff on the wall.
I like it.
Anything. If things open up and stuff like that, I can go do different things. If not, I'm pretty much stuck in this goddamn place writing musicals that are going to be fantastic.
Can't wait. And speaking of musicals, my final recommendation, everyone needs to watch this, Grease 2. Anyways. Bad movie, great music.
I watched it 5 times in one day.
I love Grease 2.
No.
I'm a big Grease 2 stan.
I'm a cool writer.
No, sir.
Yes.
Writer.
So good.
No,
like I said, movie shit. Music's good. Anyways.
No, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Lou, for playing along in the chat. And we will see you guys all later on Snark's Midlife Crisis. You all have a good evening.